In this video, I'm going to tell you about how you can know profession of your spouse. And after looking multiple charts, I got to know that this way you can find your profession. And I have made one more video about it, telling you the same technique. Okay, so we will see more example charts through this video, and we will understand how we can know the profession of our spouse. And if you want to take personal consultation, please check the website. You can also email me or WhatsApp me for other details, or if you are not okay with the options provided in the website, you can consider personalized reading. Okay, so let's get started. So you can know the profession of your spouse by rotating the chart. You don't have to do anything, just rotate your chart, birth and Navamsha both, and from both you can know the profession of your spouse. And you can just use a birth chart only. You don't have to much consider your D9 also. But if you want to be precise, or you want to go deep into detailing of it, then you can use your D9 also. So just simply rotate the chart and you will know many things about the profession of your partner, what they will do. Okay, and this is going to be any of your spouse. Okay, see, one sign, one house can signify many things. Like Gemini sign can signify a teacher, as well as someone who is a blogger, someone who has a YouTube channel. So whoever you will attract in your life, some or the other way, they can have same kind of profession. Okay, but we are not discussing about second marriage, so that is a different topic. So here you just have to use your D1 chart or D9 chart also. You, if you want, you can rotate it and see the 10th house. After rotating, see the 10th house, and the way you find out your career, you can find out the career of your partner. Okay, and also here we will see without rotating the chart also. So both ways we will see. Without rotating the chart, we will consider 7th house, 7th lord in Darakarka, planets in the 7th house in both D1 and D9. And by that way also, we will try to find the profession of the partner. Okay, and both ways we will see. So let's understand from the example charts, because it will help you to understand better rather than speaking much about it. So let's get started. So firstly, see this one. The planets associated with your 7th house can give these profession. So sun gives basically government job or any role of leadership. It also shows business, politics. Okay, so sun basically shows you a very like reputed work your spouse must be doing, very reputed, and in which there is respect. And it can be politics too, business too. Moon can show healthcare professions that are related to liquid or state government or children, mother, traveling, creativity, fashion, hospitality. Okay, even jewelry can be related to moon. Okay, real estate somewhere can also be related to moon. Teaching can also be related to moon. Mars shows engineering, police, defense, law, sports, related to machinery, real estate. Okay, Mars basically shows professions in which you require logic. Mars basically shows for all professions which involve logic, and like you cannot delay it, you have to be present there, like police. Okay, you have to be attentive, those type of professions. Law can also be related to this Mars. So this is an example chart to discuss the profession of spouse. This native is a doctor and his wife is also a doctor. So first you see the chart. This is a Capricorn ascendant. Sun and Mars are in the first house. Rahu is in Scorpio in the 11th house. Jupiter is in Libra in the 10th house. Ketu is in the 5th house in Taurus. Venus, Mercury, Moon and Saturn are in Aquarius in the 2nd house. This is D1, this is D9. D9 Virgo rising, Saturn is in Sagittarius, Mars is in Gemini, Jupiter is in Aries, Ketu, Mercury are in Aquarius in the sixth house, Moon, Venus are in third house in Scorpio, Rahu is in Leo in the 12th house. This is the chart of the native. Her husband is a doctor. Okay, husband is doctor. This is the chart of the female. Okay, so Moon is Tarakarka. Moon is a Tarakarka here. Venus is in Dhanishta at 4 degrees. Moon is in Dhanishta at 3 degrees. Mars is at in Shravana at 17 degrees. Okay. So, firstly, 7th house, Moon rules the 7th house, which is in Aquarius. Although Aquarius does not, like Dhanishta Nakshatra, does not directly tells that the spouse will be a doctor only, but shows Dhanishta Nakshatra shows very reputed profession, very much reputed in profession, respectful profession, rich person. So this is what Dhanishta gives: rich spouse, wealthy spouse, reputed. Okay, and Moon also represents medical, so is in the medical profession. Husband is a doctor. Then in D9, this moon goes in Scorpio. So Scorpio also rules medical field, and he is also dealing with patients. So third house represents that, dealing with people, this type of profession. I think he's a surgeon also. Scorpio also rules surgery. So this is known from this. Okay. So the profession of the spouse can be known so beautifully from the D1 chart. We see Tarakarka and we see 7th lord. Both are same in this case. Okay. Now in D9 chart, Jupiter is the lord of the 7th house, and Jupiter sitting in the Ashwini in the 8th house. Ashwini Nakshatra is the nakshatra of healing and medical. So this also can be seen. Pisces sits in the 7th house, which shows medical profession. So by this way, from D9 also we can know. This points towards medical profession only. In D9, Moon is in Vishakha, Venus is in Anuradha at 8 degrees, Jupiter Ashwini, Saturn Mula, and Mars Mrikshira. Okay. Now we will reverse the chart. When we reverse the chart, then you have to read the 10th house. 10th lord is Mars. Okay, here when we reverse it, 10th lord is Mars. Mars goes in the 7th house. So spouse must be doing any kind of business, we can say, and a very reputed spouse will be, because 10th lord is exalted, and he has his own clinic, I think, and he does his self practice, so that is also business only. Now here Jupiter aspects the 10th house. Jupiter is the lord of the 9th and the 6th house. 6th house also rules this medical profession, right? So aspect also counts here. So if we are not considering aspect, we are only seeing this 10th lord, which is in Shravana. So Shravana Nakshatra shows counseling also. So he listens to patients, he counsels them, he gives them the remedies, medical remedies. And very reputed, very respectful career he has. He is very successful in his career, 10th lord exalted, right? But here it doesn't. If you only see this Lord placement, then it is not clearly telling medical profession. Here we need to consider aspect also. That's why you should also consider aspects. Okay. Then coming to the D9. In the D9, we are reversing the chart. See the 10th house here. Saturn sits here. Saturn is the lord of the 12th and the 11th. It sits here, aspected by 2nd and 9th lord. Mars. Rahu also aspects. Rahu also shows use of technology in career, use of higher knowledge in career. So medical profession uses all of that. Okay. Mars rules the 9th house, house of higher education, means very much educated spouse. 12th lord sits here in the 10th house, which shows profession related to medical, because 12th house is the house of medicine. So this way we can know from this chart about the profession of the spouse. Now let's see another chart. This is the chart of the husband, okay, of that native only. Okay, this is the male chart. Both partners are doctor. This is the chart of her husband. And let's see now. Sagittarius rising, moon in the first house in Sagittarius, Mars exalted in Capricorn. In the second house, Jupiter in the third house. You see in this chart. Here, Mars is exalted in the chart of wife, and her husband has exalted Mars. Rahu is in the 4th house in Pisces, Ketu is in the 10th house in Virgo, Mercury, Saturn in Scorpio in the 12th, Sun, Venus in the 11th house. In the D9, Gemini rising, Venus, Jupiter in the 10th house in Pisces, Sun in the 11th house in Aries, Rahu in the Aquarius in the 9th, Saturn in 6th house in Scorpio, Moon in the Sagittarius in the 7th house, Mars, Ketu, Mercury in the 3rd house in Leo. Venus is retrograde and combust 18 degrees is Swati Nakshatra, Sun Vishakha Nakshatra 20 degrees, Mercury is retrograde 3 degrees, Saturn at 15 degrees. Mercury is in Anuradha Nakshatra and Mercury is also Dharakarka. Saturn is also in Anuradha Nakshatra. In the Mancha chart, Mercury retrograde in Magha Nakshatra 2 degrees, Mars Magha Nakshatra 4 degrees, Ketu Purva Falguni 21 degrees, Venus retrograde Uttara Bhadrapada 11 degrees, Jupiter Revati 23 degrees. Seventh Lord is Mercury, which goes in the 12th house in Anuradha Nakshatra. 12th house is the house of medical, so medical profession is signified. As Venus is also seen in the man's chart, Venus here is retrograde in Swati Nakshatra and it's conjunct with Sun. Sun is the lord of the 9th house, which shows highly educated person, as medical field requires high education. So Venus conjunct with the 9th shows that. And the doctor, this lady is dealing with patients, with clients, so public dealing can be seen. Okay, Mercury is also Dharakarka. Now coming to D9 chart. So 7th lord goes in Pisces and both have same profession. 7th lord connected to 10th can give same profession, and we are seeing that here. Okay, it is clearly seen what profession can be, right? Now reversing the chart, Pisces comes here, Rahu sits here, Jupiter is in Shatabisha, okay. So 10th lord goes in Shatabisha Nakshatra, which shows medical profession. And then reversing the Navamsha chart, here also Virgo comes, Jupiter and Venus aspects, and the lord Mercury is conjunct with Mars, which is the 12th lord. 12th house itself shows medical profession. Okay, Venus is the lord of 11th and 6th. Jupiter is the lord of first house and the 4th house. So from reversing the Navamsha chart also, we can clearly see the native is from the medical profession. Means the spouse of this native will be from medical profession. Okay, this is also clearly seen from this chart. You can also write other professions, example like uh, Jupiter rules the 4th house, so can work from home, do something creative, or can be counselor. Some other professions also which can be signified by this chart you can write. Okay, but the spouse of this native is a doctor, which can be clearly seen from this chart, right? Now let's see other chart. This is the chart of the Peter Sutcliffe, and he's a serial killer from England. Okay, and you can research about his chart. So here his Darakarka is also Venus, 7th lord is Venus. Okay, and he has 3 planets in the 7th house. Very very prominent Taurus energy is there, Sun, Mercury, Rahu, which shows his spouse can do something related to education. Spouse is educated. His wife was younger to him and was a teacher. Venus goes in Gemini, teaching job. Okay, and Sun, Mercury also shows very intelligent spouse, can do something related to teaching and all. Okay, and he met her in the nightclub at night. So 7th lord going in Gemini, sign of fun. Ardra, while drinking alcohol. Ardra also represents alcohol. So that time he met her. Okay, and now reversing the chart. No, first Navamsha chart. Mars, Venus, Ketu comes here, and 7th lord goes in the 12th. In Leo, Jupiter's energy is here. Jupiter is a teacher, and Venus, Mars, Ketu shows something creative. Teaching is also creativity, and Venus is the 2nd lord. Mars is the 3rd lord, 8th lord. Venus is also 9th lord, which shows something related to education, use of voice. This lord of the 2nd house, use of voice. Okay, so this is seen here, and Leo also represents kids. Leo represents children. Jupiter represents teaching. Okay, so this is clearly seen from here. Venus is in the Pisces. Pisces also shows something creative. Okay, now reversing the chart, seeing the 10th house. 10th lord Saturn goes in Gemini in the 2nd house. Gemini shows teaching, communication and all. 2nd house is also the house of teaching. So this can be seen from here. And then reversing the Navamsha chart. Okay, I hope chart is visible properly to you. Okay. So reversing the Navamsha chart, Jupiter, Sagittarius comes here, and the Lord goes in the 6th house. 6th house, the house of job. Sagittarius is also the house of sign of teaching. Okay, and Moon, the Lord of the 5th, aspects the 10th house. Sun, the Lord of the 6th, aspects the 10th house, and 11th and 12th Lord Saturn aspects the 10th house. Okay, Sun, Lord of 6th, aspects the 10th house. So it also clearly shows teaching profession, teaching kids, children. 5th Lord aspecting the 10th house, right? So this clearly shows teaching. Venus is in Ardra in the D1. It's also Dara Karka. Okay, and Sun is in Rohini, 18 degrees. Rahu is in Mrigshira, 28 degrees. Mercury in Rohini too. So this way you can see, you can write more professions signified by the charts, but whatever the profession is, the real profession, I have already told you, teaching profession, and the chart clearly shows teaching, right? So thank you so much. I hope this video was helpful. May God bless you. Take care and bye bye.